What is your expensive gym membership giving you? A hole in your pocket, an injury in your limb, a tear in your muscle, drop in your energy, or a strong feeling of directionless? Now let us see what this rich traditional ancestral martial art, this unique sport will give you. This is Gatka, meaning a thick wooden stick. Gati meaning speed. Tata means talmel, coordination. Kal means samay, time. With the speed of the wind, when we make a talmel, coordination of kal, that is time, to defend ourselves from any attack using our full-on agility, flexibility and precision to perfection, we call it Gatkebazi. Gatka is the only sport which is a unification of body, mind and spirit. It is played with a stick and a shield. The Gatka player has to move fast, run, squat, lunge, bend, twist and dance on his toes. Hence, physically, Gatka imparts speed, agility, endurance, lung capacity, strengthens joints and lends strong physique. Mentally, it develops focus and concentration because when you are alert to any kind of your attacker's movement, you are certain to develop mental agility and decision-making skill. How does Gatka develop the soul of a human? The moment a stick, a sword or a spear is given to a person, the emotion of assault, attack and hostility springs in a person. But when he is asked to recite the divine verses of Gurbani while executing his movements, the spiritual part takes over and the game becomes a game of resilience, a game of humility, a game to preserve your identity and values, and a game to help the weak and the oppressed. So, unlike in other sports where players resort to using drugs, artificial energy drinks, and strong beverages to win the game, these spiritual warriors derive their undaunted strength from their strict self-discipline, their core values, and above all, a constant meditation upon the name of Vaheguru, the Supreme Power.
Then I was practicing Gatka because I always wanted to be a martial artist, and it's hard to learn martial arts. But Gatka is kind of step one, step two. It's really easy in terms of martial arts, and they give you weapons right away. So when we were doing Kung Fu, I was doing Kung Fu with my kids, I was doing karate with my kids, we got bored because we're not touching weapons fast enough. So when we did Gatka, it was like we have weapons already in our hands, so we decided to stick with that.
This is Rashal from Brampton, Canada, now Rashal Singh Khalsa. Here he is talking about his fascination for Gatka. Rashal Singh was doing Kung Fu with his kids. He was doing karate with his kids. But they got bored. Why? Because they were not touching weapons. But when they discovered Gatka, they were very excited because they had weapons ready in hand. Now, he felt Gatka had made them confident enough to tackle any situation at hand. Such is the power of Gatka. Today, our country requires such a sport which brings out the valor, the sahaj, the compassion, the humility, the leadership, the resilience from within, and reminds us that, oh man, you are not a human being having spiritual experience, but a spiritual being having human experience. Sura so pehchaniye jo lade deen ke het, purja purja kat mare, kabu na chhade khet. Consider only that as the bravest who fight for the poor, weak and the oppressed, who says, I may be cut into bits and pieces, but still will not leave the battlefield. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.